Hello. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How's it going? How are ya? It's storming on me right now. Right now. Right now, ding dang it. Directly on me. It's on top of me. Oh. Folks, I can't wait to move. I'm so excited to move. A little bit scary, but a lot exciting. End of the month. I have mentioned, I do believe. End of the month. We do. Gary's right here. There's a couple of pet beds right to my left. They're actually in my fucking way. And Gary and Chu are occupying the pet beds right now. Recently, I witnessed Gary and Bun sharing a pet bed. Right to my left. The right to my left, which I left to my right. You know, I don't know if I've arranged my PTO correctly. I didn't know at the beginning of the year that I was going to be moving. What's my PTO situation? I feel like these are always so, like, I don't know about y'all, but like the HR app that we use, I feel like it makes the PTO so hard to understand. Like, is this the PTO that I have available to use? Has that taken out the future PTO that I've already blocked out? Yeah, and it's like slowly accumulating. Yeah, so it's like fucking, I don't know what I can even do. I feel like I do need to do it though, so that I have time to move. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? I I'm scared of moving as well. Like there's so much to do. I'm scared of getting it all done. I'm scared of forgetting something. Whoa, what the hell? Wow, did you run out of circle? What? That's weird. Um I'm scared of something happening and then we can't afford the rent. We haven't had rent for a long time. So we haven't had to, you know, worry about that. So now I have to worry about that. Nakomi might be getting a job. Yup. In progress. Nothing. Nothing set in stone. I mean, I think the bad scary will always be bad, but I am the place just being better in general is going to alleviate a lot of that. It's going to alleviate or offset the stuff that's scary, I think. That's my hope. Oh, but there's so much to figure out, and also this is sort of the opportunity to like choose to set things up differently as well, so that's something to keep in mind. Oh. I'm a little afraid to take off too much time from work because I don't want to like I don't want to create a giant dent in the team. Because I already recently took a significant amount of time off. I wonder how you even complete the phone. Did I ever dial this number? I think I did, right? Yeah. That was what that's what we were interacting with last time. This was a weird thing to stop in the middle of. um It's kind of tough to know where to even pick it back up again. He loved it and hated it? Oh no. He loved the phone and hated me, I would imagine. It's probably what happened. I did try to stop at a funny point. I forgot about that. Good call, Jim. I like that. I will do that.
Hello. You have dialed into Here and There Along the Echo, a guide to the Echo River for drifters and pilgrims. This guide is a public service provided by the Bureau of Secret Tourism.
Did your dad appreciate the comedic sign-off that I did? Hey, what are you barking at, Mr. Bear? All of a sudden, you were laying in your little bed, and then you just turn your head up at me and start barking.
For a menu of our resources, press 1. If you have an extension to dial, press 9. For more information about our organization, press 3.
Oh no!
If you don't remember dialing this number at all, press 5. To hear these options,
we had a list of extensions.
Press 0.
They're gone. They're gone from our minds now.
For a menu of our resources, press 1. If you have an extension to dial, press 9. For more information about our organization, press 3. If you don't remember dialing this number at all, press 5.
Well, rip.
To hear these options again. So, you don't remember dialing this number. You just sort of woke up with the phone pressed to your ear, ringing on the other end. Or maybe you thought you dialed a different number, but your digits betrayed you. Or there's a faulty connection somewhere out there in that spiderweb lattice of phone cords that covers all of creation. It must be kind of a nice feeling, really. It's like you and I just bumped into each other in the street or a little cafe. Say, next time you meet a stranger, call us back at extension 7864 and hand them the phone. We'd love to get to know them.
7864. I can do that one immediately.
Welcome home. For historical sites along the Echo River, press 1. For a guide to the river's flora and fauna, press 2. For help identifying an unfamiliar sound, press 3. If you're holding a snake right now, press 4. To hear these options again, press 0.
I forgot about that. Now we're actually outside of the initial menu.
For historical sites along...
So I gotta hang up. Oh no! Okay. Well, now I know how to get out of it. Oh fuck! What was that extension? Shit! It was 7864.
Service provided by the Bureau of Secret Tourism. For a menu of our resources, press 1. Now is the time to dial an extension. Stranger, what's the first thing you remember?
Thank you, Jim.
When you're finished remembering, press the 0 button. Welcome home. For historical sites along the Echo River, press 1. For a
that was it?
To the river's flora and
How do you get back to that main menu without, like, hanging up entirely?
Identifying an unfamiliar sound, press. If you're holding, press hear these options again, press 0. Historical sites along the Echo River, press 1. For a guide to the
That's not
river's
how mute
flora
works on a phone
and
like this.
fauna, press 2.
Mute mutes you.
For help identifying an unfamiliar sound, press. For historical sites, for historical, for historical sites along the Echo River, press 1. For a guide to the river's flora and fauna, press 2.
Oh,
For
this
help
doesn't work. I
identifying
guess when
an
speaker's on, it
unfamiliar
overrides it, huh?
sound, press 3. If you're holding a snake right now, press 4. To hear.
You have to hang entirely up. That's all you can do. I don't know that it works. Maybe it works. Wow. These don't do anything though, do they? They don't seem to. I don't even know what flash would be meaning to do. I would have thought that would have been like a quick, reset.
You have dialed into Here and There Along the Echo, a guide to the Echo River for drifters and pilgrims. This guide is a public service provided by the Bureau of Secret Tourism.
73600464. Oh my God, so much styrofoam is coming out of everywhere. Dizo Vergas, thank you for 89 months.
For a menu of our... Now is the time to dial an extension. All right then. Tell us why you can't sleep. When you're finished, press the 0 button. Welcome home.
That's amazing. The last one is, I think, 0464. Yeah, 0464. Well. Whoops.
Hello. You have dialed into Here and There Along the Echo, a guide to the Echo River for drifters and pilgrims. This guide is a public service provided by the Bureau of Secret
Hello, Bugs.
Tourism.
This is
For a menu of our now is the time to dial an extension. Found some weird water, huh? All right. We better catalog it. Hold the phone up to it for a bit, and we'll record it for later analysis. Press 0 when you're done. Welcome home.
This feels like a bug. Because the first menu would let you go to the home menu, but there were other things, and you have to hang up every time to experience them.
Hello. You have dialed into Here and There Along the Echo, a guide to the Echo River for drifters and pilgrims. This guide is a public service provided by the Bureau of Secret Tourism.
Okay. We're done with extensions for the moment.
For a menu of our resources, press 1. If you have an extension to dial, press 9. For more information about our organization, press 3. If you don't remember dialing this number at all, press 5. To hear these options again, press 0. The Bureau of Secret Tourism is supported by a generous population of river creatures whom I fix up and grill as necessary. I am environmentally minded, and I believe all creatures are equally deserving of support in their transition to the next world. So I usually try to sing a little elegy like, small water creature, crab or frog. Now you know that sleep is all around us, like a muggy, tranquil fog. Something like that. It's easier to come up with these songs when I'm hungry in a sort of transcendental fasting state, but I've actually just had breakfast. A debt of gratitude is also owed to the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces, who unselfishly and unknowingly donates this here telephone line for the purpose of this here informational resource. You can always find the latest secret tourism literature in any of our unmarked kiosks or any other old place it happens to lay. That's all I have to say about that. Hey, do me a favor. When you get a chance, call us back at extension 1928. You can press 0 now to go back to the main menu.
1928.
Welcome home. For historical sites,
But I can't do
along the
extensions
Echo
from here.
River, press 1.
Broke my brain for a second. Hell yeah, bugs.
Hello. You have dialed into Here and There Along the Echo, a guide to the Echo River for drifters and pilgrims. This guide is a public service provided by the Bureau of Secret Tourism.
I love the sort of weird distributed nature of this whole thing. I'm afraid that I'm starting to become one of those people that could be interested in a zine.
For a menu of our resources, press 1. Now is the time to dial an extension. I just want to listen listen to the wind blow. Or even better, television static. Can you tune your TV to a dead station and let the static play into the phone? When you're finished, press the 0 button. Thanks.
I'm sad I missed out on all the cool ARG stuff.
Welcome home. For historical sites along the Echo River, press 1. For a guide to the river's flora and fauna, press 2. For help identifying an unfamiliar sound, press 3. If you're holding a snake right now, press 4. To hear these options again, press 0.
That's incredible, Jim.
So, you're probably not in any danger, but why are you holding that snake? If you're involved in an exchange of some kind, press 1. If holding the snake is part of your spiritual practice, press 2. If you don't remember why you're holding the snake, press 3. To return to the main menu, press 0.
This
If you're involved
This is
in an
great.
exchange of some kind, press 1.
You know what?
If holding the
Holding
snake
snakes
is part of
comes up
your
surprisingly a
spiritual
lot
practice,
in
press 2.
the world
If you
of
don't remember why
evangelical
you're holding the
Christian
snake,
madness.
press 3. To return to the main menu. Okay. What's the last thing you remember? Please describe your memory in as much detail as you are able, paying particular attention to any smells and sounds you may recall. Were you breathing through your mouth or your nose? What did the air taste like? And so on. Feel free to call again with extension 1618 and tell us the whole story.
1618.
All right. Let's roll up our sleeves and get to work on this here snake situation. What you're going for is a kind of gestural conversation. Don't worry. I'll lead you two through it. Give that snake a name and look her right in the eyes and say her name. I'm going to go with Delia for the purpose of demonstration, but you pick a suitable name. Try to follow along with me here to the best of your ability. Delia, take it easy now. What if all of this is just a reflection of a reflection? Now hold the silence while she processes that metaphysical curveball. Okay, what's Delia up to now? If she's staring right back at you, press 1. If she's wriggling around, press 2. And if she's just kind of limp, press 3.
Oh, God.
Well, your snake may be asleep. It happens. You've got to wake her up gently now. Whisper her something pleasant. Tell her why she wants to wake up. I mean, really convince her. I'll wait. All right, where are we at? If the snake is breathing heavily, press 1. If she's curled around your forearm, press 2. If her tongue is extended, press 3.
Oh, no. This has got, like, such a deep tree.
You just point your tongue right back at her. If hers moves left, yours moves right, and so on. Maintain eye contact so she knows you're not making fun of her. There you go. Delia should be in a kind of a calm, thoughtful state now, so you can move on. So, put that snake in some grass or something. Let Delia be free, like a snake should. And go ahead and wash your hands if you care to. I would. Welcome home.
What the
For
fuck?
historical sites along the Echo River, press. So, you're probably not in any danger, but why are you holding that snake? If you're involved in an exchange of some kind, press 1. Okay. What's the last thing you remember? Please describe your memory in as much detail as you are able, paying particular attention to any smells and sounds you may recall. Were you breathing through your mouth or your nose? What did the air taste like? And so on. Feel free to call again with extension 1618 and tell us the whole story. All right. Let's roll up our sleeves and get to work on this here snake situation.
I won't be
What you're
calling
going
that
for
extension.
is a kind of gestural conversation. Don't worry.
Or
I'll
anymore.
lead you two through it.
Seems like they're always just like,
Give that snake
tell us your
a
story.
name
Press
and
0.
look her right in the eyes and say her name. I'm going to go with Delia for the purpose of demonstration, but you pick a suitable name. Try to follow along with me here to the best of your ability. Delia, take it easy now. What if all of this is just a reflection of a reflection? Now hold the silence while she processes that metaphysical curveball. Okay, what's Delia up to now? If she's staring right back at you, press 1. If she's wriggling around, press 2.
It's time for
And if
my
she's
trip
just
to the
kind
gas
of limp,
station. You want snacks?
yikes! Okay,
Should I go get
slowly,
you snacks since you got me snacks?
slowly,
Yeah.
leaning
Okay, what would
in
you like?
like you're gonna kiss her.
Oh, no, no.
You really gotta make an impression here. I mean,
Okay,
it is
I'm on my own.
crucial.
I was on my
Maintain
own.
eye contact to the best of your
Verna?
ability.
Verna?
When your face is just an inch from Delia's, let out a slow, gentle sigh. Let your breath warm up that frosty snake blood, you know? Gently. All right, where are we at? If the snake is breathing heavily, press 1.
Okay.
If she's
Fortunately,
curled around your forearm,
the earlier
press 2.
choices don't affect the later choices. So it's just a matter of going through and doing
Okay,
like
I want you to tense
3, 3,
your
3,
arm
2, 2,
muscles
2, 1, 1,
and
1,
then relax
and we'll have
them,
heard it all.
one by one. Take slow, shallow breaths. Tense, relax. Tense, relax. Try to focus all your thoughts on that blood coursing through your arm veins.
Looking good.
Forget
Comfortable?
Delia is even there. Just you and your blood.
Strap line.
There you go. Delia should be in a kind of a calm, thoughtful state now, so you can move on. So, put that snake in some grass or something. Let Delia be free, like a snake should. And go ahead and wash your hands if you care to. I would. Welcome home. For historical
Right.
sites
Our last
along
go through.
the Echo River. So, you're probably not in any danger, but why are you holding that snake? If you're involved in an exchange of some kind, press 1. If holding the snake is part of your spiritual practice, press 2.
I'm assuming these
If you
two
don't
are
remember
different
why you're holding
sets
the
of things
snake,
altogether, right?
press 3. Okay. What's the last thing you remember? Please describe your memory in as much detail as you are able, paying
What, Em?
particular attention to any smells and sounds you may recall.
Please what?
Breathing through your mouth or your nose? What did the air taste like? And so on. Feel free to call again with extension 1618 and tell us the whole story. All right. Let's roll up our sleeves and get to work on this here snake situation.
I gotta hear them all, Em.
What you're going for is a kind of
I don't make the
gestural
rules.
conversation. Don't worry. I'll lead you two through it. Give that
In
snake
fact,
a name and look
you're in a
her
Ruby
right
Tuesdays
in
right
the
now.
eyes and say her name. I'm gonna go with with Delia for the purpose
No
of
rules.
demonstration, but you pick a suitable name.
Just right.
Try to follow along with me here to the best of your ability. Delia, take it easy now. What if all of this is just a reflection of a reflection? Now hold the silence while she processes that metaphysical curveball. Okay, what's Delia up to now? If she's staring right back at you, press 1. Well, good. Now you got her attention. Now, leading with your shoulder, slowly tilt your body to the left, always maintaining eye contact. Adjust your feet as necessary. You want to do a full rotation over several seconds. It's normal to feel a bit self-conscious. Try not to get tangled up in the phone cord, or next time plan ahead and use a cordless. All right, where are we at? If the snake is breathing heavily, press 1. Okay, gently raise your arm above your head. Delia should just slide on down and come to rest on your shoulder. There you go. Delia should be in a kind of a calm, thoughtful state now, so you can move on. So, put that snake in some grass or something. Let Delia be free, like a snake should. And
I mean,
go ahead and wash your hands.
all this
Care
lovely
to
voice acting
the
is worth
highway.
appreciating, I think.
Welcome home.
He delivers it all so well.
For historical sites along the Echo
I think we're almost done, though.
Press 1. For a guide, so, you're probably not in any danger, but why are you holding that snake? If you're involved in an exchange, listen, I'm not here to kid glove your relationship with the Eternal. But how do you think that snake feels right now? I mean, is that snake in church? Or just you? All right. Let's roll up our sleeves and get to work on this here snake situation.
Wait, what?
What you're going for is a kind of gestural conversation. Don't worry. I'll lead you two through it. Give that snake a name and look her right in the
Oh,
eyes
no.
and say her name. I'm going to go with Delia for the purpose of demonstration, but you pick a suitable
I was
name.
wrong.
Try to follow along with me here to the best of your ability. Delia, take it easy now.
Okay.
Hello. You have dialed into Here and There Along the Echo, a guide to the Echo River for drifters and pilgrims. This guide is a public service provided by the Bureau of Tourism. For a menu for historical sites. So, you're probably not in any danger, but why are you holding that snake? If you're involved, take another look at your snake. Not a bad snake, is it? Yeah, it's really nice. You got a good one. Can you bear to see it go? What's the other party bringing to this here swap? Press 1 if you still plan to go through with the trade. Press 2 if you're having second thoughts. Yeah, well, you're probably right. All right. Let's roll up our sleeves and get to work.
God damn it.
dialed into Here and There Along the Echo, a guide to the Echo River for drifters and pilgrims. This guide is a public service provided by the Bureau of Secret Tourism. For a menu of our resources, press 1. If you have an extent for historical sites along... So, you're
Last snake
probably
one.
not in
Probably.
danger, but why are you holding that snake? If you're involved in take another look at your snake. Not a bad snake, is it? Yeah, it's really nice. You got a good one. Can you bear to see it go? What's the other party bringing to this here swap? Press 1 if you still plan to go through with the trade. Press 2 if you're having second thoughts. Yeah, well, you're probably right. All right. Let's
It's
roll
the
up our
fucking
sleeves and
same.
get to work on this here
It's the
snake
goddamn
situation.
same.
Which are...
All right, I think we're almost done with the phone. So I think we might have done all of 1, 2, and 3. Wasn't 3 Oregon time? It might have been.
Hello. You have dialed into Here and There Along the Echo, a guide to the Echo River for drifters and pilgrims. This guide is a public service provided by the Bureau of Secret Tourism. For a menu of our
105
for
huge
historical
months.
sites along the Echo
I know.
River, press
Thank you for
1.
105 months.
For a guide to the river's flora and fauna, press 2. For help identifying an unfamiliar sound, press 3. If you're holding a snake right now, press 4.
I think we're done.
To hear these options again. For a catalog of subterranean birdsong, press 1. For help identifying something that's happening in the dark, press 2. If you are hearing organ music, press 3. To return to the main menu,
Yeah.
press 5.
That's it. That was lovely. I loved this phone. This game rocks. Cool. Ready to go? Yeah, let's go. What the hell? Manual 5.4 Context Backlash. Manual. General wear on the gestural gear mounting apparatus 5A-1 may result in undesirable play between teeth in the context and history state machine gears, causing stuttering, slippage, resetting, skipping. Howdy. Ooh. Nice. You went wildly off-road with this one.
I was gonna get you crescents, but they were all expired. So I figured,
They're all expired?
yeah, I'm good.
Did you tell them?
No.
Oh, good.
And then I figured pieces of
Hell yeah.
this. But I know know you like a good biscuit.
I do. You don't.
Oh, you don't come. You're just not my favorite.
Well, thank you, Debbie.
So, when you're ready, you know,
Okay. Thank you, thank you. Well, it is. It's nice that they switched companies because now we got flavors.
there's only like so right now.
It's better than what we had.
I know, but the colors are gonna make chocolate chip.
Oh, that's gone? That's over?
Haven't been there in a while. They still have the old ones in the 9.5 gallons. But I don't want to buy them for Christmas.
Yeah. Ripperino. Guess it could be slippage. If left unresolved, gear slop can gradually throw limbs out of alignment, blend motions, and decontextualize gestures. See also sections 1.8 General Troubleshooting and 5.3 Gesture Context. Troubleshooting. Okay. 1.8 General Troubleshooting. Technicians of sufficient talent and experience may skip this section. General troubleshooting techniques include leaving it alone, then returning later until the hue becomes apparent, pretending not to notice the problem, or hammering with something plastic. That'll do, book. He throws the manual into the river. My savior, our friend here is in a bad way. Any insight? I try to steer clear of high voltage these days. I don't at all blame you, especially down here. On the water, I mean. Sure, it's dangerous, but this is where she lives. And what brings you down to the Echo tonight? Just tagging along. Ha, that doesn't sound like you. We dragged some folks to a show. Just returning the favor. I'm sure your new friends appreciate the company. It's no shame to be lonesome. We picked you up at the Bureau tonight. Never seen you that far upriver before. I hope that doesn't mean you've been traveling on the Zero. Yeah, have you been there? The Zero? Oh, no, not me. This old river rat steers clear of weird hideways. I've been traveling this river for more than half my life, more or less alone. I think I've seen it change quite a bit in all those years, but I can't say for sure. The water has a peculiar way of making a person forgetful. Some nights I remember a place, but it's full of strange new people. And some nights I meet an old friend on an unfamiliar shore. I wonder which kind of night this is. Act 4, Scene 1, The Mucky Mammoth. The sound design. Holy crap. It's so cool. Will, singing quietly. Pour we on mold and whiskey fed. And... Oh. Wet gears. Wet gears? Probably. Who knows? First thing I tried anyway. Down here by this little blue box. I took all the gears out and dried each one by hand, then I loaded them back in it again. That took care of the grinding sound, but her trunk keeps doing that sparking, clanking, weeping thing. To be honest with you, I'm not really qualified for this work. Kate's a friend. You know how it is, don't you? How do you two know each other? So... Ever walked through rolling farmland? Sure, along the highway. Along the highway, that's what I mean. Or smaller roads. Well, I sure did. I slipped under or over fences, and I walked barefoot with the seeds when they were just planted. And tilled the earth with my toes. Hey, I should tell you where I left my shoes. Did you know I'm a classically trained organist? It's true. Look at these long fingers and pedal-gripping toes. It doesn't matter. A minor in French literature earned me a position teaching Artaud tu Zola at the university. Well, some shitty governor cut state funding for our department, and I was demoted to mopping floors, running wiring through walls or in dangerous places. I even operated the soundboard at the student theater. I left my shoes there at the university. It was a protest. Walk without shoes for something important or tragic. I ended up by the shore, and soon I was drifting along the Echo. It ran for a while above ground then. It doesn't anymore. But I prefer terranean waters anyway. Subterranean waters. Kate brings me along, and I record what I see and hear. I try to help with maintenance. I drop off the mail and pick up the trash. On occasion, I take the helm. Anyway, that's all I try to remember anymore. I listen to the river's stories, and my own stories get fainter and fainter. Oh, if you could talk to Kate, could you ask her when she stops for gas, could she pick me up a scratch ticket? Thanks. How's that cold river spray treating you? I thought I saw you squinting. It's hard water. You know, hard on the eyes. It still irritates mine a little, and I'm piloting a tugboat, though it's 6 nights a week. Don't be too shy to close them in public. Your eyes, I mean. People will just assume you're thoughtful. You need tea. Bay Bullet Cup cap, then? It's in a little green box with a drawing of a moth on it. There's a jar of maitake under the table. Keeping cool and dark. Get a solid fingerful and let it steep with slippery elm 30 seconds. Then throw it out the window. What are all those for? Eye strain. Bay Bullet cap masks the taste of the rest of it. Slippery elm in particular has an eccentric flavor profile. It's mushroom based. I'm a big believer in the fungal pharmacy. How's the water looking tonight? The Echo is dicey tonight. Bad luck for you. Expect waves and diversions. Dogwood Drive is by the Silo mail stop, but we may need to spend some time on the indirect route before we hit your stop, okay? And there's other business. Mail to drop off, garbage to pick up, and a few favors to execute, all dotted on the riverbanks from here to there. I hope you enjoy the trip on our little mammoth. Take advantage of all the amenities. Fresh air, cozy bunks, hot tea, the video room. There are some pretty interesting tapes down there, actually. Unusual, I mean. Weird. Watch out. That VCR doesn't take your hand off, though. It's untrustworthy. What's wrong with the VCR? I can take a look. Oh, please do. I don't know anything about electronics. Maybe try a few different tapes. You'll get the picture. I saw you talking to Will. He's an old friend. Don't be fooled by that burned out aura. He's a smart and kind man. I think his only vice is those silly scratch tickets. Speaking of which, we're coming up on our next stop shortly, refueling and picking up a few things. Well, eyes on the road. Ezra runs up to Shannon. Whoa, slow down. It's slippery up on tank. Do you have batteries? Yeah, of course. What for? Johnny said I could use his tape recorder, but it needs a battery. Oh, fun. Well... Shannon searches her pockets. Here's 4 different kinds. Surely one of these should fit. Thank you. Oh, now we're this little idiot. Yep. Just a hungry VCR. Whoa. This is very cool. What the hell? Johnny to June.
Dick for all, parentheses, those who want it.
Dick for all, parentheses, those who want it. Paint! Thank you for 141 months. How are you? I'm dead. Oh no. I'm sorry. Oh. Big day, long day. Big long day. Long work day. Ugh. Gross. I say. In agreement. It's exactly the kind of day I also had. Although I do feel like I'm finally like catching the fuck up a bit. Sort of. Hugh agrees that he does. Everything up until Act 3 Echo was released in like an 18-month span. Then it took 2 years for Act 4 to come out, so they leveled up everything in this one. Yeah, I'm noticing that. This view is so fucking cool. Johnny to Junebug. Really? You were entranced. You don't remember this? It's okay. We've all seen a lot of concerts. Serrano opened. His tape machine was broken or something. It got really cosmic. Right, at the flower shop. I remember that show. Sorry, Clara. Well, you have a second chance to hear it tonight. That was fast. Got the batteries? Let's see. Perfect. This one will do. So you hit this button here to record. Hold it right here so you don't cover the microphone with your hand. I bet you'll find a lot of good sounds just around the tugboat. There's plenty of tape in there, so don't be stingy with it. Just record anything that catches your ear. It really changes the way you listen. For the better, I mean. Are you playing a concert tonight? I could record that. Yeah, Clara here came all the way from Lithuania just to do this Echo River gig. Haha, it's a tour. Tomorrow I'll be in Nashville, and then Atlanta, and then over to the coast. Brutal. Well, we're lucky she's making a stop. Johnny and I saw her play once, and I remember loving it. And Johnny was moved. Speaking of Serrano, it's his night at the Rum Colony. Kate said she usually stops off there. Well, that's ideal. I'm supposed to meet a lady there to look at some old engine parts about 3 hours ago. 3 hours goes fast at the Rum Colony, ma'am. I bet she's still there. I hope we don't stop there too long. My concert is soon. I don't want to keep them waiting. Nah, it's river time. Nobody expects you to be punctual. Hey, why don't you give that tape recorder a try? See if that cat over there has anything he wants to say. I often use found sounds in my music. If you find some interesting sounds tonight, you can help me out. No. Oh, I thought he was going to step on its tail. The arm. Oh, yeah. Meow. Now, I don't know if I'm an idiot, but I don't remember anything happening to his arm. Or is that just the progression of the debt? There we go. Alright, so this sucks and I hate it. Eclecticism. Thank you for 101. I don't have one either. I don't have a Dalmatian joke either. Yeah, an arm and a leg, yeah. You know, it's the strangest thing. I can't remember why I came up here. Maybe you should slow down? Nah, I'm good. It's just that thing about, what was it? When you walk through a door? When you go into the kitchen for something, and as soon as you pass from one room into another, you forgot what you wanted. You have to walk back out just to remember, like you left a part of your brain behind. Hey, I wonder if I could follow that brain crumb trail all the way back to the room I was born in. Conway cranes his neck over the railing. You were driving for hours. Get any sleep? I had a weird dream. Yeah, that's when you get the strangest dreams. When you nod off, right? Just kind of dip your toes into sleep, and some weird image floats by and takes a nibble. Shannon leans over the railing and looks at the river below. Did you see Ezra go in? Oh yeah, he's poking around with that tape recorder, exploring. He seems to keep himself entertained. It's good for him. It's important to know how to be alone. What's up, huh? You look like there's something you want to ask. Fine, you can ask it. One question. Do you really have to go work at hard times? Didn't seem so bad, did it? Yes, it did. What are you saying, Conway? Yes, it did. What the fuck are you saying? It's a way to live, I mean. Rent a bed, eat at the cafeteria. Not like I have a choice. I think you do have a choice. I've got to repay my debt. Hell, I should be grateful for the opportunity. If you want to die with any dignity, you've got to settle up. That's why it's such a damn shame when people go sudden. What? The fuck are you saying? I'm sure I talk too much. Everyone on this river does. Problem is that we listen twice as much as that. We're only telling you half of the stories we hear. Kate told me that I ought to have been a photographer. She said, "You have an uncanny way of being in the place at the time the thing happened there. And that's the hardest part of taking a photograph anyway." Nice of her to say, but it isn't true. Though I know just about every story on this river. Most of them I've picked up second, third, or fourth hand, and so on. Listening, see? Now I know what you're going to ask, so I'm going to answer it. Yes, I'm sure they're all true. I personally believe a story gets more true as it's tossed around from brain to brain, and the whole community brings their insight to bear on the brittle facts of the experience. There are a few Echo River stories I witnessed directly. I saw that big owl migration pass through. You might have heard about that. I was there. I don't know why. Where did wish come from? I was there when the old train station flooded. I saw the ghost of Stephen Bishop brew up a batch of white lightning on a raft. Or, anyway, I talked to a few sailors who'd recently crossed paths with him, and I suspect sampled his wares. One night, when I was working on the Mucky Mammoth, we picked up a gaggle of passengers headed to a mail drop by the silo of Late Reflections. I knew a couple of them in passing, a pair of traveling musicians, whom I often encountered on the river. The others were strangers to me at the time, a young woman, a small boy, and an old man whose name I didn't catch. Oh, and a smelly old dog. We docked at a gas station so the Mammoth could refuel. Oh. Ezra followed Junebug and Johnny into the gas station. I had to choose. This was my choice. Act 4, Scene 2. A gas station. We cut it close. I usually find this place upriver. Everybody's on the lake tonight. The gas station moves around? Sure. It's not anchored or anything. Could be anywhere up and down the Echo. You just kind of run into it when you need it. Or hopefully a little before you need it. I usually stop here once a night. Though, to be honest, I'm not sure it's even the same one. Doesn't have a name or anything, and I never really pay attention to who's behind the counter. Anyway, it's nice to see you two. Most of my regular passengers must have gotten held up elsewhere in their journey tonight. It's that storm, I think. Watching Ezra sprint past. Look at him go. That kid has a lot of energy. It's got to be past his bedtime or something, right? He's nocturnal. He'd have to be with the company he's keeping. You don't have any of your own, I mean... No, I guess not. I just realized you two come through here so often. We chat about all kinds of stuff, but I never thought to ask about family. We're all the family we need. That's sweet. So, how about that storm upstairs? Did you two get caught in it? I heard it kind of roamed around, uncertain. I'm sure we'll hear all about it tomorrow. Flooding, property damage, probably killed a few tomatoes. It's got the river churning and everybody headed to the lake here, where the water's calmer. I myself don't mind navigating a choppy river, not at all. I've got a good feel for it. Plus, it's better for fungal growth. High water consumes the cave moths, and their wet wings clump together into those little balls of nutrient-dense mushroom food, jammed by current here and there between the rocks. You've never seen a mushroom grow like on a soggy cave moth carcass. Amazing. If I could get a day off, Val and I would be out there all day tomorrow to harvest. I mean it. They'll be ready by tomorrow. A mushroom will grow just as fast as you can pump water into it. Hey, are you two headed out this way tomorrow? Maybe I could send Val ashore with you for a few hours. She's got a remarkable nose for mushrooms. You wouldn't even need to know what to look for. Put a bag around her neck and she'll just bring them back to you. I take it Val's the dog. It took me a minute to piece this together. Johnny. Yeah. We don't know where we'll be tomorrow. I should have figured. Seems you two are always on the move. It does seem that way. Silence. So, I should get back aboard. No rush. I just want to brew some tea before we get underway. Headed into the station? Yeah, picking out a snack for Johnny. To Johnny. She doesn't let you pick out your own snacks? It's for the best. I get a little overwhelmed by all those shelves of candy. Too much of a good thing. Hey, while you're in there, could you remind the gas station attendant this fuel is on my tab? Charged to the Mucky Mammoth. Oh, and Will wanted a scratch ticket. Thanks. I think I'll just watch the lake for a bit, man. What do you think of that other dog we got on board, Val? Blue's a sleepy old hound dog. I know she isn't doing any mushroom hunting, that's for sure. Weird cave fungus growing on soggy moth wings. Sounds kind of romantic, but also kind of gross, right? Hi, Bun. Thank you for tapping my arm 1,000 times. I have noticed you. I do notice you. Hello. So, could you fit in a sidecar? If I sat on my legs, you could curl up in the base? I'd hold you tight. I'd promise it'd be safe. Maybe we could still talk her into it. Looking for crystals? Why do you assume I'm looking for crystals? We've got them on sale. All kinds of folks come in here looking for crystals. There's a few over there with milky white shocks through the middle, like you caught a piece of cloud. People seem to like those a lot. Yep. Popular crystals. You work on the mammoth? I can add it to your tab. Oh, you know the tugboat? The captain, Kate, said I'd have to remind you. Sure, they're here every night. It's okay. I have one of those faces. Forgettable. I wouldn't say that. It's okay. I've learned to accept it. In fact, I've learned to cherish it. There's a dignity in being forgotten, letting the crowd flow around you, unspoiled. I used to live in a city. I mean a real city. Cleveland, Ohio. Fuck. I had some family money then, and I didn't have to work. I lived in hotels. In daylight, I walked wherever the people were. My only duty was to the crowd. I was its observer, its historian, its detective, its poet. Well, the money ran out.
Oh, no.
And I dispersed with the rest of them. I took my duties with me here, to Lake Leth and the Echo River. I live behind this counter, anonymous, invisible, but I live with dignity. And yourself? Sure, something like that. I enjoy the company of strangers. They enjoy the company too, as fleeting as it is, sufficient unto itself.
Ah, this is our big load.
Anonymous, thank you for the 5 gift subs. We keep all the crystals on that shelf over there. Buy one, get one free, of equal or lesser symmetry. The crystals are rough, dirty. Some are damp. They must have come out of the river. That attendant is a trip. Letting the crowd flow around you unspoiled, he said. Junebug tries to scrape some green algae off a larger specimen, examining it for the kind of cloudy information the attendant said was so popular. Who knows? Maybe he's onto something. Ha! You. And a few numbers are woven through the algae. But what has to happen to a person to make them think that way? Wait, let's do this. Does Johnny ever feel like that? This isn't algae at all. It's a decayed plastic bag caught on the rock. To attendant. Shit, that floodwater washed you halfway up out to sea. I was looking for you down by New Königsberg. Same as usual, but ain't nobody there, and the river's deep as an elephant's... Oh, didn't see you there, ma'am. Pardon my language. What, elephant? All right, you're no paper flower, I see that. I expect you must be Loretta. Enchanted to meet you. Sorry I'm late. Hey, is this coming on too flowery or something? Enchanted? Repeating it now, I feel a little silly. I'm not Loretta, but I think you'll do fine with Enchanted. Well, thanks for saying so. But now I'm double embarrassed. Do I look like her? To be truthful, I couldn't tell you. I met Loretta on the computer. We met each other there, I mean. Or I guess we spoke through the computer and agreed to meet? I don't know the terminology. I haven't dated in quite a while. Back when I met Greta, that's my wife, my ex, or maybe I'm her ex. I don't know how to say it. Anyway, back then there wasn't even such a thing as computers at all. I mean, I guess there probably was, but I never heard of one. I worked in textiles. So here I am. Didn't work out with Greta? She left me. I'm sure I can't blame her. Damn it all, I guess I probably missed her. I wonder if she'll agree to meet me again. I'm sure she'll understand with weather and all. Nice of you to say so. Well, I guess I'll head on back. Hey, supposing Loretta doesn't want to see me after all. My card is full. Oh, no, sorry, that's not what I meant. Actually, I wanted to ask you for some advice. I had to type up a sort of autobiography for the computer date, and I spent a lot of time on it, but I only got one reply, and that was Loretta herself. I was happy to meet her, but supposing she's lost interest now, do you think you could maybe give me some feedback? It's only a paragraph or so. I have it all memorized. I spent so damn long writing it. Okay, here's how it goes. He didn't wait for permission. I'm a good-natured man, retired, and spent most of my time sailing the Echo River, riding currents of subterranean gas and that strange invisible wind that moans out of the small tunnels along the bank. Seeking a companion to map the river with me. I have 2 grown children, but they live far away. No goofballs. Okay, what do you think? No goofballs. What was that about goofballs? I mean, like, serious inquiries only. You might miss out on some really great goofballs. You might be right about that. You know what? You'll be fine. All right. Thanks for your help, ma'am. Really renewed my confidence. I'm ready to get back on that computer. You have a good night now. What's left of it anyway? There goes Norm. What's that? It's a crystal. I bought it for you. Wow. Thank you, ma'am. Hey, could you hold on to it for a minute? I'm going to look around inside. Wish me luck. Good luck. Oh, there's other boats coming around doing things. Junebug and Bal. Did my Johnny talk your ear off out here? I suspect there are some things he can only say to animals. I'd like to think he could say anything to me. Where did these crystals come from? There used to be a young man who came by here and traded them for gas. He's a diver. I guess he found them diving. Haven't seen him in a while, though. That right there could be the last of them. To be honest, our whole inventory is pretty low right now. There's a delivery boat that usually swings by earlier in the night, but I guess something came up. Where are you headed? Oh, helping some new friends make a delivery. Or along for the ride, anyway. Well, even if you're not doing the heavy lifting or navigating or whatever, a passenger contributes to a journey too. I never travel, but I do love travelers. That's what I like about this job. The travelers come to me. Meet some interesting people. I wouldn't say that I meet them, but I do sell them gas. Well, let me know if I can help you find anything. Al. Glory, it is good to be among friends. Suit yourself. Wow, I should take a page out of your book, man. I'd give you any advice I could, little guy, but I think most important thing I can say is... Glory, it is good to be among friends. Helps keep things in perspective, I guess. It's a ritual of remembrance for me. Tonight, particularly so. It's my birthday. I am 5 years old. Do you know why I say that? Well, I'm going to tell you. 5 years and some days ago, I set out on the Echo River alone, or so I thought at the time. I was looking for an ice floe. They're occasionally rumored to travel our humble artery on their way from who knows where to who knows where. Who knows why? It's a mystery. An hour into the journey, my lantern gave out. Now, I always carry 3 or 4 spares. You'll never catch me in the dark again. Lesson learned, buddy. But that night, when that lantern went out, I was stuck in the dark. I kept my arm extended, running my fingers along the cave wall, trying to keep my bearing as best I could, and at least make sure I wasn't going in circles. I just prayed I'd find another traveler who knew his way back to the lake or above ground, or even just a crack in the rock to get a glimpse of moonlight. I had a large bag of apples with me. After a long while, maybe a day, I was getting weak, so I took my hand down from the rock to tear the bag open. Well, when I reached back out, I couldn't find that cave wall anymore or any other. I was totally unmoored, buddy. Totally adrift. It was so dark. I started counting time in apples eaten. I drifted in despair for 4 apples. Then I schemed and planned and dreamed for 2 apples. Finally, I came to accept my fate, lost at sea. And this phase, I think, would have continued indefinitely had I not come down to that very last damn apple. Picture me, feeling around in the empty bag, certain that somehow there was another one of those fist-sized chunks of life-giving fruit, already softened by time and probably an unappetizing brown. Nope, that was it. Just as I was about to bite into my last meal, I felt a tickle on my upper lip. It hatched right then. Couldn't have been a moment later, or I would have eaten it. My last apple was infested by a damn fruit fly maggot. Well, that should have been the end of it. I should have eaten that apple and that fly while I was at it, and put an end to our little food chain suicide pact, but I waited, out of mercy. After all, this fly was basically a newborn child, right? A gross insect child, but still a child. Right? Born into darkness and famine, hungry and alone. I mean, can you imagine that? No other flies out there on the boat, and never would be. No other flies to welcome him into the world, I mean. No fly culture, no fly society, no fly history. A true orphan. I started to get depressed just thinking about it all. Worked out a thick tear, and I'm not ashamed to say. Well, that fly landed on my cheek, right under my left eye, right on that salty teardrop. And then, blinding glory, his ass lit up like a candle. That wasn't a fly, buddy. That was a damn lightning bug. So that's how I come... that's how come I'm here today with you folks. Only because I found my way out of that strange river cave with the dim-lit rear of some orphan insect hatched out of my last rotten apple. That was a crazy mystery. So that's how I come. Glory, it's good to be among friends. That guy's a trip, that gas station attendant. Did you talk to him? It's funny, he actually reminds me of that frog we had for a bit. That frog you had. Aw, I like to think he was part of the family, you know. Okay, so how does that gas station attendant remind you of a frog? Oh, I don't know. Because he liked to talk, I guess. Maybe we should pick up another one. A frog or a cat. Or an iguana or something. Feeling lonely, Cricket? Not exactly. Not like that guy in the gas station. That guy lets the world wash over him, static like a rock. But you and me both, together, I mean, we're always moving, always changing. I think it's because we feel safe with each other, you know? Free. We can try stuff out, change our clothes, swap parts around, just play. I'm not lonely, just curious. With another person to play with, what else could we be? You may be right, Cricket. You really think so? Wow, I thought I'd have to wear you down a little, like I did with the gerbils. Oh, that's Kate. Time to hit the road. River, I mean. See that small brick building? It used to be an upholstery shop. Now it's inhabited by a very skilled taxidermist, whose art is greatly in demand. When it was an upholstery shop, it didn't see nearly as much business. The old shop's name has been lost to time and weather. This was decades ago, and the only trace of it now is the grayed frame of an old sign behind the new lettering, which now reads Trapper, Stalker, and Sportsman. And then below, smaller, no specimen is too exotic, no arrangement too fanciful. Some of the upholstery equipment is still there too, and still sees active use. Elise is the resident artist, though she's not the owner of the shop. It's owned by a reclusive ex-convict named Judah. Very little is known about him. His crime is generally assumed to be violent or otherwise gruesome in some detail, though of course that's all speculation and probably comes from his association with the taxidermy business, even though he never so much as skins a squirrel. He's more like a silent partner. I guess those are the ones you're supposed to keep an eye on. But Judah is old and keeps to himself, and the consensus seems to be that he's paid his debt to society, whatever that debt may have been. Fuck, 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 fuck. Man, they keep giving me these choices that are like, stay inside, go outside, introvert, extrovert. I'm interested in both. Is there? Fucker. Shannon followed the other travelers ashore to a drowsy beachside bar called the Rum Colony. This playthrough, we are just extroverts, all right? Act 4, Scene 3. The Rum Colony. We got a mention of the Rum Colony on the phone. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, Jim. Well, I was interested in the concert, so that's why I picked it. That's the true reason I picked it. Yep, sounds like him. Our friend Cyrano is booked here tonight. He's pretty good. He's a wizard of the lap steel guitar. Haha. Are you two coming ashore? Oh, sure, we'll be up in a minute. You couldn't hold me back. Oh, I don't know. Kate says just to wander back whenever. This is a take it easy kind of stop. She doesn't even blow the foghorn to round up the crew here. No point. Something about this spot is like wax in the air when it comes to timetables and responsibilities. I was supposed to meet someone here earlier tonight about some bike parts. Hope she's still around. Oh, I'm sure she is, ma'am. Half sleeping into a fragrant mug with all the other wayward sailors. Using a flashlight like this in a place like this feels very incorrect. Is that Ezra? There's Will. Hello. Happy to be in the here and now. I heard a shuffling. Are you dragging your feet or just enjoying the sand between your toes? Deep in thought, I guess. Haha. I think you have something weighing on you, and I respect that enough not to press the subject. We're always being pressured to talk about our problems. It's all over the radio and the self-help section of the bookstore. But my ethos is to just sit with it, alone inside of yourself. My spiritual advisor says, if something is boring after 2 minutes, try it for 4. And I think that applies to any other dissatisfaction just as well. I wanted to ask you something. I thought of it earlier, but it didn't seem like the right time. I'm sure you know what I'm getting at. You wanted some advice about that. You wanted to ask about my friend, the... You wanted some advice about that mechanical mammoth. Oh, I'll figure that out eventually. I do appreciate your insight. I suspect you have a kind of intuition for electronics. You understand them like you understand not a person, but a cat or a dog, maybe. It's your calling. Not from society or authority, but an inner calling. I should have said it's in your nature. Wouldn't you agree? Is that what you wanted to ask? No, it was... Well, I forget it now. Typical. Twink? Sure, why not? An untouched drink sits on the table. Forgotten or abandoned. Or simply wasted. There's Conway. There she is. You have to try some of these flower drinks. I feel like I could drink 100 of them. Not too sweet, not too strong, real session drink. I don't want to keep admonishing him for drinking. What's it called? Good night, Bugs. I hope you find your way out of the Ruby Tuesdays. I think he said it was well, how do you like that? I'll just show him the flower. Another one of these, I'll say. And then I'll point to the flower. Maybe I'll wear it in my hair. It doesn't taste like a flower. I mean, it's not like a flower smells. Perfumed, sickly sweet. Like a star thistle flower. One of my first long-haul gigs ended in a crash. Did I tell you about that? It wasn't so bad, actually. I swerved to dodge some stray cattle, hit a stump on the side of the road, and flipped the trailer. The whole rig went twisting down into a muddy ditch. It was a spring, and I blacked out. I don't think I hit anything. It was just the shock of it, or maybe my brain bounced against the inside of my skull or something. Anyway, I woke up, and I'd been thrown clear. Never worn a seatbelt since. Oh, no. Why'd I bring that up? Star thistle. I woke up in a field of star thistle. The first thing I thought was, what are all these damn ugly flowers? More old stuff. I'm drowning in old stuff tonight. Feels like I've got it piled up all around me, like one of those old guys you hear about who never threw anything away. You know what I mean? Don't worry about all that stuff. Just try to stay in the here and now. Yeah, it's a nice idea. But I'll tell you what I'm learning tonight. I don't belong in the here and now. That check's been cashed. Sorry, I'm not making sense, am I? I just mean to say I can't look at anything without remembering something else. And then that reminds me of something else, and I'm buried in it. I just need to get my head clear for a minute. Get a clear view of the day. Get oriented. There was a time when I felt this way, I'd bite the bullet, try to sober up and get a job. Is that why you're going to work for the distillery? Maybe it is. Seems like a pretty simple answer, right? Just follow the work as long as you can. You've got me all figured out. Hey, I'm going to sit and look at the water for a minute. I'll talk to you later. Don't be a stranger. Fuck. Ah, God. I'm Conway. I'm Conway. Gotta say, they did nail the exact feeling of talking to your dad when he's too drunk. Or my dad. Yeah, I don't know that I've ever, I've never seen my dad drunk. Lewis yelling. The water is fine, invigorating. It makes me want to run. I could gallop up and down this beach like a horse. Clerk Bohm to Metzstein. What's he yelling about? He wants to run on the beach like a horse, he says. Oh dear, what's in these drinks? Your friend's laying in the sand over there. I think he's asleep. Poor Rick. He's a lightweight. I think he just drank too fast. It's easy to get carried away. Oh, he always gets so melancholy when he drinks. Remember the office picnic at that big flat rock? Oh, I remember. He was talking Lula's ear off. She slipped away and he sat down. He sat on the ground, nursing that brown bottle, crying, sobbing about the days that are no more. Poor Rick. It'll never be. Invigorating. Catch anything, Lewis? So, did you find what you were looking for? With Lula, I mean. It's a work in progress. I know what you mean. I've been working on... I think I will go for a run along the beach. As soon as I'm finished with this drink. Try not to yell so loud, Lewis. I'm afraid you'll shake the ceiling loose. Patch. Sunny. Hey, did you hear the ice caps are melting? I mean the polar ice caps. The ones all the way at the top. Don't listen to him, Han. He's all doom and gloom tonight. Don't listen. That's the answer, Don. Well, what else can you do? Someday all of this will be underwater. We'll all be drowned. What can you do? Maybe it's better that way. That's correct. Great, another pessimist. You two have fun. I'll be drowning in this Mai Tai. He's just in a dark mood because the bar is crowded tonight. He likes to spread out. Have you been observing the death of the Ohio River? Oh no. That's what they say on TV anyway, and I believe them. Mercury, you know, depleted any day now. Sure, I heard it on TV, so I take it as gospel. Worthless gospel, but gospel nonetheless. Yeah, I'm trying not to think about it. Everyone should be. Sonny, you're insufferable. I am also Sonny. I'm Conway and Sonny. The Ohio River. That's his latest rant. But I'm not surprised by anything anymore. Before this, it was bovine growth hormones and global warming. Nah, he's harmless. I just don't know him anymore, that's all. He takes bits and pieces of things he reads, synthesizes them all into some grand theory, and it's always the end of the world. Oh no. But who could know that stuff, right? We can't even predict the weather. I mean, if you could take all these little pieces and predict how they're all going to interact, well, you'd know everything. I'll tell you what I'd do with that kind of knowledge. When I first met a man, I'd look at his shoes and the kind of books he reads and what he eats for breakfast, and I'd make damn sure we weren't doomed to spend our twilight years greedily emptying Mai Tais and arguing about the Ohio River. Well, you know what they say about hindsight. Here's to a better yesterday. All right. Seems like Patch is all we've got left. It's just Patch. Well, there's also the phone ringing. Anybody gonna get that? Is anybody gonna get the fucking phone? Oh yeah, he's gonna get it. Yellow. Yeah, let me talk to Drew, please. What does Drew look like? Kind of plump-cheeked, but not obscenely so. A person of many talents. You can tell immediately. No, I don't see anyone like that. Did you check the stairwell, though? Drew sometimes sits by the stairwell. No stairs, no stairwell, my friend. Well, that doesn't make any sense. How do you get up there, then? Up where? Up to where you're at right now, damn it. What place are you trying to call? The place where Drew is at. Look, this doesn't have to be complicated. Hey, man, I've got other things to do. When you see Drew, just say I called, all right? That was a lovely conversation. I enjoyed it. Let's find out how this guy is also me. Junebug. Hey, guess who I just saw like an hour ago? That lady with the engine for sale. You just missed her. I tried to hold her back, but she's all business. How are you, Patch? Oh, man, you know. Carl had that gig for a minute at We Love Socks, but they went out of business. If our numbers were better here, he could just work on his record and it'd be fine, but you know how it is. Oh my God. This game is life. It's just life. It's just a perfect encapsulation of life. For now, he's selling flowers on the river. Say hi if you pass him. Hey, any of your friends want a drink? I've got time. Busy night, but everyone's deep in their straws by now. What have you been mixing up? Let's see, what's good tonight? The Light Death? What's that like? Chill a tall glass with a little white grapefruit juice at the bottom. Then just keep pouring in 151 proof rum until it starts to turn iridescent. Add simple syrup, pineapple juice, and grapefruit juice. Some folks like sugar. I always include a plastic skull. What else you got? My Invisible Heaven? What's that like? 1 shot aged rum, 2 shots of light rum, white grapefruit juice. Look at it for a minute. Throw an apple peel on top. What else you got? The Dark Rum Noir? What's that like? 1 shot Demerara rum, 2 shots of blue rum, sea salt. Let it sit for a while. Throw a maraschino cherry on top. What else you got? Suffering Toes? What's that like? 1 part green curacao, 45 parts light rum. I throw a snake jaw on there to soften the blow. What else you got? Clear sweet tiki? What's that like? Just enough white rum to make your tongue ache. Then add orange curacao and gray curacao to taste. Blend. That's it. These have got to be generated, right? What else you got? Frozen Captain on the Zombie? What's that like? Just enough light rum to make your pupil tingle. Then add orgeat syrup and blue curacao to taste. Pour over ice. That's it. No drinks for us, thanks. No problem. See you around. Wow, I thought we were going to hang out. That ended quickly. The way that they wrote them up is just really fun to read every time. Serrano. I'm so glad to see you. These kooks are bumming me out, man. You see that guy in the sand over there? He rolled up kind of off center, you know, kind of leaning on the stage here. And he was like, what kind of things are those? Steel or nylon? So rude. I mean, you know me, man. I'm all about breaking down the artificial barrier between audience and performer. But you can't just... Yeah, you're all about that. You gotta be cool about it. Or just get a drink and stay in your chair, man. If you're gonna drink like that, just drink. I mean, don't make it my problem. You definitely have to be cool. Oh, yeah. It's mandatory around here, man. It's what the people want. I'm just a humble artist, you know. Plus, it's better for tips. You can't look like you care about it, you know. Even if it's your livelihood. A crowd can smell economic precarity, and it turns them off. I guess it's no fun to give someone money if they really need it. Too much responsibility. Hey, speaking of which, I'm about mid-set here. Can you take the can around while I play this next one? It's on the tape. I think you'll like it, man. Thanks. She didn't have to do that. Had to hurt. But that's the way it goes. The unsteady steadying the unsteady. There's probably a $5 bill somewhere just floating up and down the river from tip jar to musician to tip jar to musician, like an eternal ferry of good intentions. These two are pretty reliable. Where does their money come from anyway? Government check maybe? Nah. Then they'd only tip like that on the 1st and the 15th. Maybe they fence stereos or something. These kooks are really going for it. It's good. You can't always hope for much with these fly-by-night crowds. Could have been some deep tiki fanatics getting uptight about Serrano's tape machine or something. But these folks are tourists wherever they go. In his own little orbit. He ought to stop and think about who's creating all the atmosphere. They think it's natural or something. Like it's just what this place sounds like. A cheap illusion. He's way gone reflecting or pretending he doesn't see the tip jar. One of the boats is just an overturned table. This guy's barely here. He's like basically surgery wet sand, sugary wet sand surgery. Sugary wet sand until the morning. He left a couple bucks by his shoes here, or dropped it. That's probably for the band, if it's for anything at all. Will never has any money. Good for him. This guy's keeping some odd company tonight. Better just let him be. Someone left a 20 here. That said $10. Is that for Patch or Serrano? Maybe there's enough change in the jar to split it. It's only fair. Ah. That makes sense. That explains it. I wish I made things people liked. I should do that someday. Hello, Joe? This is Joe. I got some log updates. 201350045. Messias, Jessica. 6-8 miles. 14 driving, 2 sleeping. Hatch listens. 830160593. Davila, Emilio. 0 miles. 12 driving, 4 sleeping. Patch listens. 315-364491. Holden, Trista. 811 miles. 12 driving, 4 sleeping. Nine two four five eight six zero eight eight. Leon Harriet. 241 miles. 14 driving, 2 sleeping. This must be another generated thing, huh? I don't know why, but I like it. I like all this. 607778601. Logan, Jasper. 0 miles. 8 driving, 8 sleeping. I think you have the wrong number. What? Who? Hangs up. I have to say, I was hoping for more of an experience, kind of like what we had at the bar with Junebug. This is cool and all, though. Oh boy, now what's another call? Yeah, listen, we got a problem down here. What's the problem? What? Man, it's all messed up. I tried realigning the big sewer grate under the livestock pen like you said, right? Sewer grate? Sorry. Damn thing flooded, man. It's even worse than before. All I'm saying is we got to get these computers out of here. Slow down. I mean, we're running out of time here, man. Hey, I forget. Does that big green valve pump dump water sewage? You told me earlier, but I've been so stressed it just kind of flew out of my mind. So should I turn that valve? Yes. All right, you're the boss. All right. I don't know what to do now, but I guess let's visit Conway. Nope, I think we're just done here. I guess we could go wave the flashlight around. I didn't really do that. See if the flashlight reveals anything. Although I doubt. I doubt there will be any revelations here. Oh, I was wrong. A styrofoam cup is half buried in the sand, miraculously intact. It still has some coffee in it. Maybe it came from the bar. Or maybe someone dropped it here on their way to the bar. Maybe they weren't even headed to the bar originally, but drank their coffee too fast and needed a stiff counterbalance. Shannon thinks about the war of liquids in the stomach. Coffee to start a day, liquor to end it, apple cider vinegar to patch up the battlefield. Her mouth feels dry. She thinks about all the nervous casualties of the liquid war, clumsy alchemists transmuting day into night. She thinks about a chalky gray-pink liquid her mother kept for upset stomachs. That was stored in the coffee cup, too. Oh! What was that? Whoop. Hello? Uh-oh. Oh. Something glints black in the flashlight's beam. Shannon brushes sand off a damaged VHS tape. The smudged label on the spine reads, "Private. Do not watch, but do not erase." Makes sense. Oh. Shannon finds a bottle. Its label is worn away, but the words "Hot Hell Rum" are legibly embossed on the glass. The bottle is empty, except for a sleeping crab. Hell yeah, I love sleeping crab. Big fan of sleeping crab. Oh. We got another little something here on the sand. Shannon pulls a feather from the sand and brushes it clean. When she was a child, she collected feathers. Not the way a hobbyist collects trinkets, but the way a clump of dust collects more dust by static electricity. She deposited them on the kitchen table at the end of the day. Weaver's mother said it was unhygienic. Shannon's mother said that was American germaphobe bullshit and put them in a vase. The game keeps calling me out, and I don't like it. At first, Shannon mistakes the iridescent glimmer for a seashell washed up from the lake. Maybe some freshwater relative of the abalone. Maybe a pearl. But it's only a trading card. It must have been valuable to someone, or it wouldn't be printed on this lustrous material. Whatever was on it was mostly worn away. All that's left is the shiny backing and the words, "Gleaners, forward." Always make sure that your gleaners are forward. You don't want your gleaners backward. That'd be dumb. That'd be really stupid. All right. It's probably time to leave, I'd say. Time to go. It's my bet. Well, that was a pleasant detour. Yes, ma'am. Ready to get moving? How about you round up the old man, if you can tear him free? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, you're right about that. I never quite thought of it that way. Who are you talking to? Oh. Nah, it's nothing. Hey, let's get out of here. Work to be done, right? I think we're losing Conway, man. It's easy to miss, but beneath that quarter-acre swarm of moths, that's Brachyloma lomia conjuncta, the mottled dagger moth. Their diet is mostly constrained to lichen, but they make an exception for sunflowers. There's a quarter-acre sunflower orchard, and beneath that sunflower orchard, there are 2 small lots with small houses, positioned so they just about butt right up against each other. The houses are empty now of human life. There's no sign of a person or anything living except for moths and overgrowth. There are some pipes bolted into the cave wall near the perimeter, and a few stone scars where other pipes have been ripped away by scavengers. These once supported the large grow lamps that fed the sunflowers. The lamps are gone now. Once this crop of sunflowers is picked away, it's unlikely anything else will grow here but lichen, moss, and rock formations. The mottled dagger moth will move on. The houses will be visible again, at least until somebody strips them for building materials, or the river washes them away. The houses were once inhabited by 2 sisters. Why they built their houses so close together or lived in any proximity at all is a mystery, since they clearly despised one another. It's possible the neighboring houses were an attempt at reconciliation. It didn't work. If anything, close quarters just turned up the pressure until those decades of closely held resentments and animosities were pretty near to boiling over. All that energy had to go somewhere, and both sisters had the same idea. They took up gardening. They both cultivated sunflowers, an improbable crop for this location, too improbable to be a coincidence. Maybe the sunflower had some special meaning for them, or maybe when one sister saw her rival sowing the impossible seeds, she knew at once she couldn't bear to be outdone. Which sister had the greener thumb, we'll never know. The stalks tangled, the roots knotted, and the seeds mixed. Those gnarly sunflowers merged the 2 lots into one undifferentiated field. The 2 sisters moved out, probably around the time the moths started showing up. Of course, there was no selling the lots then, overgrown and bug-chewed as they are. In fact, if those sisters ever tried to sell, they'd be in for a rude shock. Not long ago, a property tax clerk, having seen the 2 adjoining lots registered to the same last name, presumed they belonged to the same owner and erased the legal border between them. I feel reminded of Big Fish frequently with this game. Clara, Kate, and I stopped to do some business by telephone. Act 4, Scene 4, some business by telephone. Oh, a phone. This is where I must make my stop for this evening. Y'all. But I'm glad we finally put in a little bit more time with Kentucky. It's a lovely, beautiful game. But it is also heavy as fuck. This is a heavy fucking game. But I like it. Alrighty. Well, thank you very much for hanging out and watching, my friends. I appreciate you. And I will see you next stream.